I've got a few things up today. It's a little bit of Easter stuff. Why the heck not? Let's have some fun. I've got a few things, and we've got ideas and stuff. And I've done a bit of a studio reset because I've been recording the course. So and I've done that in two parts. Like I set up the studio entirely. I was ready to go. I was making stuff happen. And then I got into editing and I was like, and it's all wrong. So there was too much echo. It didn't work for me. I wasn't happy with it. If you're on YouTube, which is this camera over here, you're going to be focusing directly on what I'm making. If you're on Facebook, which is this camera over here, well, I'm going to talk with you a bit more face to face as we go. So there's two viewpoints today. Who knows how it's going to work? We'll find out. So, we've got, hi people, and there's my fiance, yay! Yes, I'm engaged, yay. I've got a large rectangle canvas. It's just a thin. I also have some oval canvases, which are really appropriate for Easter. Like that's going to work. And then I've also got a little thingy of eggs, and I want to pour on them. Don't know how it's going to work. We'll find out. So I've done a bit of tidy up. I don't have everything quite set how I normally do. But that's okay. So I'm going to be a little bit awkward. Bear with me. You guys are used to me being weird anyway, so it's probably not that big a deal. So what I've got, I've just mixed up some more white. So I've been using my student quality Mart brand white as the base for this one, mixed with Floetrol, my Australian Floetrol, which is my preferred one. I love it. I have not yet put in dimethicone into here. I may not today. We don't know. We will find out. I've also put, because I didn't have quite enough white in the bottle, some of my artist quality white. So there's actually two different paints in there. So the artist white I get from El Rado from Riot Stores Australia. Student quality from Mart. I'm in Australia. They're the ones I use. You use what's local to you. La, la, la. And then I've got a range of pretty colours, which I should just grab all of these. So I've got some colours. So I've got things to play with, but I also want to do a metallic or something. So we can start with our usual. Throw me a colour. Let's do some things. Let's play. La 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 la. So yes, you guys haven't seen me for a while. I've definitely been busy doing things in the background. Doing the course has been a really big learning curve. I've had a lot of stuff that I've done in the past because of my previous roles, but I just haven't done for myself in this life. So I've had to learn a lot of things. So I've tossed away a heap of stuff that I wasn't happy with. I've started again. I'm making sure that I'm doing stuff that makes me happy to give to you, so that you can learn. And I'm working out the final costs and things. I'm really happy with how it's going. There's going to be a workbook. There'll be drip test sheets. There'll be for the further courses. Like there's stuff and things. There's stuff happening. Your Floetrol got watery. Have they changed? Maybe they have. I haven't bought one for a little while because I had like 6 bottles there. I'm down to about half a bottle left. There may be a change, which means you just change your consistency. Could also be weather causing an impact. Maybe they've been stored differently, something. So we've got purple as a colour suggestion. And I'm just going to show you guys this. This is my drip test sheet, which comes in the course. Now, the way that I've done it is that you do, and you'll see this in the module in the course, so it'll make sense there, but then you also write down, so that you've got a record for you, so you can print out as many as you want. You can see there you're writing down stuff. What you're writing down is the date that you've tried it, because summer to winter can make a difference in your area, so it helps you. Metallic magnolia, yes, that's a great colour choice. The method that you're testing for, because there's over 100 methods. You're not going to remember. Do I know with this one? Yes, it was a flip cup. But that's because it's done it recently. This is actually those particular colours, and what I did with them. And I also added a colour shift. You can see the colour change there. It's really cool. I do love it. So, but you know, as you play with methods, you're not going to remember stuff. So the testing for the products that you use, because you may use different products, and your mix notes and colours that you use and stuff like that. So there's some room for you to write stuff. So you can do a few tests and then go, Okay, this is what I tested. This is the outcome. Yes, I liked it. You can, if you want, write things on the back so you can reference it. Maybe you number your test and then you number your piece so you know which one's which. And then when you want to repeat something similar to what you've already done, you've got a record. Yay! I'm not that organised. You guys. But for some of you, that might be a really great way to do things. So yes, for me it's all very ad hoc, haphazard, etc., etc. I love how this one turned out though. Very galaxy. I've it's dried. I've spray glossed it. It's beautiful. It's pretty. It's a happy piece. Yay! So let's put that down, and let's do some stuff. So we've got suggestions of purple and magnetic magnolia, and I do love the magnolia. It is a beautiful colour. It's pretty as heck, and it does things, and it's dried. I have to get something to open that with. I'll do that in a second. Magnetic, metallic purple. I do have metallic purple sequin, and I think that would go well with that. That's going to be great. Oh, yay! So I think these two colours are going to be great together. Let's play with it. Let's see what we end up doing. So yes, I have been away. It's nice to be back. So those who are like, oh, we missed you. I miss doing this too, but I've had other things and other projects and other life. So it's just life, just being busy. So it's nice to be back. I don't know how regularly I'll be back just yet. I am looking at doing a paid Facebook Live or a YouTube Live. I'm not sure which way I'll end up going yet. And doing where you will pay to join. However, it will be a learning live. So there'll be a particular product thing that I'm teaching you. Well, it might be a beach pour, it might be something else, I don't know. So yes, we'll be doing stuff and things. It will be happening, but I haven't figured it all out yet. I'm knee deep in the course. I'm so close to the end of it, and I've figured out all my things for that. And the course is going to be great. So everyone who signed up for pre-sale information for the course, there will be a special. You are going to get a discount, which I'm excited to offer. And everyone who supporter, you're also going to get a discount. Supporters get a different discount. It's a bigger, because they're a supporter, so they get more better things. It's just the way it is. Okay, what products do I use when finished? Looks shiny. Yes, it's very shiny. I use a spray gloss. There's lots you can try. This one's specifically from an art store, so that is a specifically designed for art products. This is called Squirts. It's from Bunnings. It's my favourite. I use this for everything. For furniture, I even use it over my ink work. I use it on my paintings. I use it on everything I do. It's really great. It lasts well. The only thing is it's not necessarily heat resistant. If you want something that's heat resistant, you may need to get a different product. But I don't do resin by choice because resin is extremely toxic, and I've had bronchitis and pneumonia multiple times in my life. I don't want to risk something that'll get into my lungs. So spray gloss works for me because I only use a bit at a time. I ventilate well. I can do it outside if I want to, so it's not as much of a thing, whereas resin is a whole different ball game of make sure you're careful. So yes, there's the magnolia. It's so pretty. And thank you for stars, Hayley. I appreciate stars. As on Facebook, if you're giving stars, thank you. Definitely helps me to keep doing things. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. The purple's pretty. We're going to do some stuff. So, I've got some colours. I'm going to mix those. While I'm doing my mixing, where do you guys want me to start? Do you want me to start with one of the eggs or the egg canvas? So tell me whether you want an egg or canvas. While I'm doing my mixing, give me your thoughts and ideas and stuff and things, la 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 la. So yes. Yes, it's definitely been a little while since I've been doing lives, and I'm just, it's good. It's fun. I do enjoy it. It is a heck of a lot of fun. So I'm only going to do a little bit of the metallics. I may mix more later. Eggs, one vote canvas. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to hold the eggs up yet, so that's going to be fun. Yay! Let's just do things. Let's see what happens. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. All right, we'll put a little bit more of the purple in there now. Now, Riot stores had a bit of a lull on their El Rado for a while. If you want to shop with them, I am an ambassador, and there should be the link in the Facebook chat or on YouTube, should be in my comments and other things. Apron, I get the apron. Last year's apron is very heavily well used. Yes, and this is the apron I've started with the course. And I love it because it says, today will be fabulous, because it will. So I'll pop that there. I might put that back on shortly. Maybe I should try and wash this or hose it or something. It is definitely well used. Hi Rebecca. Hi Romana. More for eggs, canvas, then eggs. We're stuck, aren't we? Some of this and some of that. All right, canvas, then eggs. I like that. Let's do that. Because starting with the canvas, and then any runoff, I can do dips with the eggs. So we might do it that way. Da, 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 da. So I am mixing in Floetrol, as I usually do, and I'm roughly 1 to 1, and then I'm going to check my consistencies, make sure I'm happy with it, and then I'll be adding in a little bit of dimethicone to help create cells, because I love cells. Ba-da-da-da-da-dum. Dee-dee-dee-dee. So I think what I'm up to is we'll do, now I'm looking at it and going, maybe I'll do a flip cup. But I want some really happy colours. So starting with some really brights, we might do a swipe. I think of doing a Dutch pour. Let's start with a Dutch pour. Let's start with a modified Dutch pour. So my Dutch pours, I don't use just water because I'm using a lower quality paint. It's not as expensive. So those who are trying to do a Dutch pour the way that a Dutch pour is meant to be done, it's meant to be with a higher quality paint, just water, and you can use just water with high quality because the high quality has got and binders so it lasts better, yada yada yada. If you're doing a lower quality, less expensive paint, like the Artist and Student that I use, just paint can, not always, but can make it fall apart. Because paint likes to hold hands with something. It likes to know that it's got something to connect to so that it can move well and not just go bleh off the canvas. You don't want that. Alrighty, pour over eggs on the canvas. Ooh, oh, Cindy. Yes, I like that. Oh, Rebecca, you're creating. Every time you order Magnolia, you haven't got it? Oh, really, Catherine? They run out really quick sometimes. So, yeah, they ran out of a heap of stuff for a while there, and it all came back, which is great. Well, not all of it, but a heap came back, so that's awesome. And I also ordered a ton of inks from there recently again. Yay! I love their inks. And I've got a little blower tool. I'm going to test right now. One moment, I'm going to go get it. I have no idea how this is going to work. So it's an ink blower, and it's from Riot stores, and they've got a few there, and you just squish it and it blows the ink around. So you guys know for me, I'm usually using a straw, and the straw works really well, and I like using it with a bit of a bend in it. This one's not going to work today. I'm going to put that one down, but I like using the one with a bend so I can adjust how I'm blowing everything out a bit better. And you guys also know I like my heat gun, and use it all so that I can blow things out. Let's try this. What the hell? What's this going to do? I have no idea. Let's find out. Hello, Trina. Okay. So I've done my usual setup. I have got my plastic tablecloth down first, which is well used. I change them about once every 6 months, but I just leave it there because I put the paper on top. So there's paper on top of it, and having paper on top means that I can let that dry and lift it easily. Either leave it there to dry there or move it somewhere to dry, but I can lift it easily and make use of it for other things. As you guys know, I do paper crafting, I do jewelry making, I do all this sort of stuff. I have got in the back of my mind a paper crafting dragon that I want to do, but I haven't gotten to it yet, but we'll see. That will happen. That straw lasted a long time. It did. I might just grab a fresh one, and that will be good. So yes, let's try that again. So oops, There we are. I have a straw. Straw will work and can blow out. Da da da. Okay, let us do something. So first things first. First things first. So I'm attempting a modified Dutch pour. I'm thinking, is it a Dutch bloom? No, that's the wrong word. Bloom is a different method. A modified Dutch pour with lower quality paints because they're a little bit cheaper. I'm not using the most expensive. I'm adding Floetrol rather than just water. I've got a reasonably liquid base. I am going to use metallics. I am going to put dimethicone in my metallics because I love dimethicone. I love cells. So let's put a little bit. It's not, hang on. Have we got any? Yeah, we do. So just a little squish into each one. And yes, this is a hair serum. It's a hair product. You can also use shampoo. I haven't used conditioner. Don't know if that would work. But what your other ingredients list is the word dimethicone. So that's how that works. I have got a range of other colours we can play with, so it's nice and happy, and we're good. And another mouthful of coffee, and then let's do some things. Yay! Okay. It's Easter. Easter is happy. Easter is about joy and whatever, and chocolate. Easter is definitely about chocolate. So you can see there that is reasonably liquid, but it's also mounding. So you can see there I've got a little bit of texture already happening because I like my paints a little bit thicker than most. And I like them a little bit thicker because I live in a hotter climate and have my paints a little bit thick. All my patterns disappear, fall off the edges, makes me sad. So I like a thicker mix. Personal preference, it's the way I do things. Can you use a thicker mix with a Dutch pour? Yes, you can. You definitely can. What you do in the Dutch, and I don't know how well this blower is going to go, but we will try it, is after you lay your colours down, what I do is I will put my base colour, whatever colour I'm using, on next to my ribbons of colour, or my puddles, depending on which way I'm doing the thing, and go from there so that I can blow the white, whatever base colour I've got, over the top of the other colours and then blow it out. That's the biggest tip with your Dutch. Blow your base over the top and then blow it out again. So you can do it with a thicker mix, you can do it with a thinner mix, you can do it with all sorts of things. So I am going to put a little bit of texture in this with my fingers because I like doing that. It makes me feel good. If you want it really smooth, you might tilt it off at this point. You might make your mix thinner to begin with. You might blow it out, different things, stuff and things. More stars, thank you. Use coconut oil, heat gun, and metallic, and use squirrels. I'm so glad you did that. That's awesome. I'll be back in 1 second. Just rinsing that off. La, 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 la. There really is something so exciting when you get it happening with film. Like, when I first figured out how to do a swipe, I was so excited. So this is a Dutch that I've done in the past. There is metallics in there, in the blues. You can see that shine as I'm moving it around. With this one, the background paint was a bit thinner for more movement, and also so it would be more flat when it finished. So you can see there, there's not a lot of texture in that one, which, you know, up to you if you like texture or not, doesn't matter. But that's just an example of what I can achieve with what I do. So practice is a thing, experimenting is a thing, the biggest thing, have fun. Okay, so we've got our two metallics here. What other colours am I going to add? I think I'll add a little bit of navy. Let's just keep it very, 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 very neutral. Not put too many colours at the moment. So across there and across there, making it more like a standard Easter egg. Just a couple of lines, a little bit of the dark, and then we'll put our metallics on, and then we're going to blow it out. That's it. That's all we're going to do with this one. We're not going to do too much. We might do more with our next ones. We probably will. Probably. Ha, listen to me. We might do more. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, no, we'll be doing more with the next one. So we'll start here. Start with this, and then we'll see where we end up going. So, hi from Ringgold. Hi there. And Waddle. Hi, people. I don't know what time it is over in the States. Currently, today is Sunday, and I think it's around midday in Australia, in Queensland, in Brisbane, where I am. Daylight savings ended last week, so people who are in states who are on different time zones, we're all back to the same time zone again. All right. Now I've poured that out. That's premix because I want a little bit more control with placing it down, and I might actually do one attempt with the bulby thing and one attempt with the heat gun, so we can do a little bit of comparison. But so Dutch. So I've got my colours there, and then I've put more of my base either side, and I'm going to be blowing my base. First time ever using this. Is it going to work? Let's find out. We're all finding out together. Oh! Ooh! Oh! Yeah, okay, this works. So, first goal is to get the white over the top, and I need to go both directions. This is interesting to aim at. This is slightly more difficult than the straw because I'm just not used to it. So you can see there, I've got almost all of the colour like disappeared. It's kind of gone. It's in the white. Now that I've got the white over the top, now I'm going to blow it out from that centre line and get it to expand out. And I've got paint all over this already. I'm an artist. I have paint on things. All right, let's do stuff. So, oh yeah, that's interesting. This is interesting. Interesting. Oh, yes. And we're getting a little bit of interaction. Not as much interaction, and there's a bit of splatter going on. So I would have to practice with this to get some more control, because at the moment, as we've just said, it's the first time I've ever touched this and used it, and my control is definitely not there. I do like what is happening though. I like it a lot. I like it a heck of a lot. I like this. Oh, okay. A little bit gentler with the puffs, and that's a little mould there. Now I want some more detail coming out from the centre, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the blue on, because I feel like it kind of got a little swallowed, which it did. It did get a little swallowed. We're going to do that and give it, oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Oh, interesting reactions. Interesting. Okay, this is definitely a thing of control. Is my hand getting sore? You know, a little bit, because I'm not used to this. Is it easier or worse than straw blowing? I like this. I think for me, straw blowing would probably be a bit easier because I feel like I have more control. It's more direct. But I think with practice, this would be just as direct, if not more so. Ah. I'm fascinated. I'm curious. Just before 1 p.m. where we are, okay? That's my other half. He's helpful. Yay! So, yeah, I wasn't quite aware at the time. It's all good. But I knew it was after 12. So you guys are on different time zones wherever you are in the world. Oh, that's one of the great thing with the course that I'm doing. And it doesn't matter. I also talk about different products you can use, so you don't have to worry if you don't get your hands on things that I use. There will be options. I like this. I want to put more sparkles on there. I want to put my metallic powders, and I will, but not yet. So that's a first attempt and try with the ink blower. I like it. I like what's happened. And if you're somebody who can't blow with a straw, maybe that's a good way to do things. So I'm going to do this, put some more white on either side, back to the traditional method. And most people use a hairdryer with, Where's my heat gun? Most people use a hairdryer with an attachment to direct the air better. For me, I'm going to be using my heat gun on cold. I've just adjusted the temperature so I can make it on cold. Just make absolutely sure it is cold. And I'll be using it on the higher setting so it will blow more. Slower squeeze. Yeah, look, this is definitely something to play with. And as I say, first time ever using it, a little bit more gentle, maybe better, a little bit slower. Like, yeah, there's lots of, it's definitely something we're playing with. Okay, so heat gun on cold. I'm going to be piling the white up and over and on top of that ribbon of colour on both sides, and then blowing it out, and we'll see how we go. So over that way, over that way. So you can see there the white's moved on top. Let's blow it out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So cool. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. And we're getting cells pop. I'm turning around to heat. Okay, let's put some heat on that and get some cells popping. I like both. I definitely like both. Yes, bring the cells up. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. All right. So that to me is very similar to a straw. I like it. It's effective. It's interesting. And this is just much more soft and everything. And I'm just going to pick up the whole thing if I can. And turn it around so you can see what I mean by it's more soft at that end. So you can see there, definitely more delicate. Now, because I've got the contrast there, I actually want some more softness going on down in here so that that's kind of all together, and then that's my contrast. I feel that's going to work well. I also want some metallics on there. So let's add more things, do more stuff. Whee! So we need a bit more white. Da-dee-da-da-dum. And I'm going to just do like a little puddle, as it were, because I'm not trying to do it as a ribbon anymore. I'm just trying to put it on there and get it going. A little bit of the blue, not too much, because I don't want the navy in too much of a thing. So, turn it back to cold. Make sure I'm on cold again. Because if I try and blow this with heat on the high setting, I will scorch the paint. So if you're trying to blow the paint around, you need something that can blow cold. If you're trying to make the cells pop, you need something with heat. That's it. Why is it not? Come on. Oh yeah, okay. All right, that's good. So again, I'm going to try and move the white up on top a little bit and then blow it out. I need a little more white in there, just a fraction, just a little bit, so I can put it up on top. All right, let's do that. There's one. Okay. And now I want a little bit more over here. A little bit more over there. Do-dee-doo-doo. Do-doo-doo-doo. Just a fraction. Just a little. There we are. Hey! Stuff and things. Dee-doo-dee-doo-doo. All right. Instead of blowing the paint up on top, put it on top that time because my surface area is getting much smaller. It's going to be a little bit harder to work with. That's better. Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. A little bit of heat. A little bit of heat. Get some cells popping. Again on the low setting for the heat. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. And I want to move this here that way some more. So let's put it back on cold. There, beautiful. Oh, yes. Yay, yay. Love it, love it, love it. I like that. So I've got my softer edge. I've got my more interactive area. I've got a blob right there in the center. Let's move it. There we are. Just break it up a little bit. This is cool having the blowing tool. I feel like that's good, and I feel like with practice I could really make that quite directional and quite precise. It will take practice though. Okay, metallics. I definitely want metallics because it will look good and I like it and it's pretty. I'm going to put a little bit of my blue. So these powders, metallic powders, mica powders, again I get mine from Riot Art because I love getting things from them. Oh, that's just adds, yes, and a little bit down here. It just helps it tie together better, in my opinion. So if you're somebody who wants to try out mica powders, you can put them in things to do with your paint, or you can do as I do and just pop them over the top. I originally tried them with a thing in the paint. I didn't like the effects I was getting. So this is my preferred way now. Again, it's textural, but I like texture. So for me it works. Up to you. Adds just a little more pretty. It's a little more pretty. Oh, yay. Yay! All right. So, as a happy Easter egg, it's very happy. I really like it. I like as well that I've got it slightly angled through both sections there, like it's not dead straight, and I like that. It makes me feel more, I don't know, I like it. I feel like that's gone well. That's a good thing. Hooray. There's stuff and things. Okay. Now, somebody suggested pouring on the egg while the egg was on a canvas. I like that idea, and I am going to do that. But I think I might do that on one of my small rounds. Let's move this over. And let's try that, because there's so many different ways you can do things. Another thing I do want to do, which is why I wanted to have the paper underneath for drips as well, I'm going to be actually dipping an egg in the drips. Let's start with that one. Let's do that. So, open this up. Could you mix powder just in Floetrol? Yes, you can. Yes, I have, and it turns it more pastel. So if you are happy with a pastel look, then yes, do it. And if you are not happy with a pastel look, don't. So that's that idea. So I'm just going to be rolling this lightly in here. It's got a little attachment so you can hang it on something, which I think is really cute. And what a good way to do it. So, and there's also, I have a cup here that I'll be, well, it's not going to work. I was going to sit one on a cup. I won't be doing that because that's not going to work. Maybe I need an egg cup. That's something else we can try. So let's just roll this and just see what patterns we end up with the paint. Oh, pretty! Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Yes. So just rolling that through the paint, and it's just got a little bit of interaction going on. I think that's really cool. I like it a lot. And you don't have to cover the entire. You can just have little accents. It doesn't need to be. And it's up to you. If you want to cover the entire thing, go ahead. But you definitely don't have to. I am going to put some heat on that and see if I can get a couple of cells pop. So I've got a couple of little cells going on. Can't quite see them there. And I need to put this somewhere so that it can drip easily. I'll just hang it off this. I've probably bumped it. I don't know if the pattern's going to stick very well. That's okay. Let's do another one like that. I'll do it on the blue, because I've got some more paint here and a cute little thing that I can make use of, and I feel like that would be good. So once again, oh, so pretty. Oh my goodness. So freaking pretty. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. I like this. I like this a lot. And I'm not going to cover the bottom there. I'm just going to let it drip down. Or am I? No, actually I will. I will cover the bottom a little bit more. And I'm loving the contrast. Oh, loving the contrast between the shiny of the egg that I've bought and the way the paint's sitting. Now, spraying that with a gloss paint at the end, that would look freaking incredible, I think. I think it would look. I've just got to grab another thing here to hang this one on. And we can let them dry, and hopefully they'll dry well. I feel like they will. That drip there needs a little bit of attention. One more into this strip here. This is just, I like this. So when you have leftover paint, there are so many ways that you can make use of it on other projects. So, you know, found rocks, found art, that sort of thing you can dip in. Oh, I really want this one on the middle there. So nice. Oh, how pretty. Pretty. I like this. So you could do that onto like glasses, you could do it onto jugs, you can do it onto like a range of things. That is awesome. What a great effect. Hopefully that dries well. Pop that down, cross my fingers. Stay there, behave. Let's see. All right, so next one. Do. So pour over an egg while an egg's on the canvas. I think if I put a bunch of eggs around and then end up tilting, yes, I think that'll be the way to do it. Let's try that. Let's see what that does. Where did the eggs come from? I found them in a cheap shop, I'm fairly sure, or maybe it could have been Coles or Woolies or something. Keep out of reach children, blah, 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 away from fire and direct heat. So, like, doing the heat gun on them, I only do it very lightly, as I always do anyway. And it doesn't say anything else, so I'm not sure. I feel like it could be Woolies or Coles, but I could be wrong. So let's pop a heap of them on here. Let's grab a bunch of them, and then I'm going to mix up a cupful of paint, and then I'm going to dribble it over the top of them. Now, again, if you're doing this, you would probably take the time to go ahead and make sure you've got your ribbons out the way so that you can keep them cleaner and all that sort of stuff. I'm not right now because I'm just playing. We're just chucking things on. Let's see what happens. So I need a cup so that I can put some paint into it, and we can throw some colours on there. Let's chuck some of that in there. I'm going to add in the green this time. Let's go really springtime colour. A little bit of yellow. And the darker purple. Oh, this will be fun. So, nice cup of colours. I have a canvas. I have some eggs. Let's see what happens. I have no idea. All right. Now, I'm going to end up with two things out of this. I'll end up with the eggs with paint, and I'll end up with the canvas with paint. And I have no idea if either of them are going to be very good or if I'm going to like them very much, but we can play. We can play and we can see. So let's do that. Oh, I want to do this as a structured pour now. So, oh, they move. Okay. And I'm going all over the ribbons. So you probably do want to set it up somehow so that the ribbon, oh, pretty! So the ribbons don't end up being covered in paint. If you can work out a way to do that. Oh, goodness. That's so fun! It looks like just a bunch of chocolate eggs, which is great, because chocolate's great and awesome. This is exploding. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to bring it all closer for a second and give you just a little bit of a view on each little egg there, if you can see them. They're all doing slightly different things. So my options now are, yes, I didn't think this through, did I? My options now are to try and lift them and have them dry individually, or try and maneuver them in the paint, or something. This one I love so much, and I'm just going to pick him up. It's got paint all over it. I'm not going to tilt it. I'm just going to leave it on that angle and pop it over here to dry exactly as it is, and hopefully it will stay that way and end up looking really cool, because I think it looks awesome. So picking apart the ones that are in here, this one looks totally cool as well. A little bit underneath, so let me do a little bit of dabbing and add a bit of paint under there. I think that's a good idea. Yep, yep, awesome, awesome. It's very Cadbury cream egg style, isn't it? All right, I'm going to pop that over there. Stay, and hopefully don't. Okay. This is interesting. I should have thought this through a little better as to how to pop them. Maybe some polystyrene with some sticks, like skewers or something, except you can't put that into the eggs because the eggs are solid. Maybe, what else could you do with that? Maybe some blue tack on a stick? That might be better. That would probably better actually. I love what's going on though. I love how the pattern's evolving and interacting. I think it's really pretty. Just happy colours, happy options. It's cool. It's really cool. I like them. All right, this one here. See if we can drag that out. And I might just let that one half egg. Again, you don't have to cover everything if you don't want to. It's up to you how you want your patterns to look. I like it. I like them. Oh, it's good fun. So I'm going to gently love. Oh my gosh, aggressive love. That one's incredible. So I'll just gently maneuver the paint around some of them, take them out, pop them over here to dry, and we can see how they look in a couple of days. This is very silly. Who does stuff like that? We do! We do stuff like that because we can and we like it. And that's it. There's really very little else to this. What can you pour on? Heaps of things all the time, and you should because it's fun. There we are. That one looks very different. Like it's got like almost a little like planet feel to it. So cool. Da-da-da-da. So, you know, this is something you could easily do with kids if you wanted to. You could make it like a little family event and a little craft for the family getting ready for Easter. With Easter weekend coming up, maybe you'll do it on the weekend. Love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So cool. So there's plenty of options as always. As always. Right, and I'll pull out these other ones, pop them aside, and then I'll go and tilt the canvas and we'll see what that will end up doing. Because you can see there, it's kind of turned a little muddy now. Adding those colours in, some of them were a bit thinner than what I would normally use, so because they're a little bit thinner, they're kind of turning a little bit to mud. I'm okay enough with that, and I know ways to help the mud to not be quite as muddy, regardless of how thin or thick it is. And we will do that in a moment. So, ba-ba-ba-bum. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, I'm not even putting anything more on that one. I love how random that is. It's mismatched, miscovered, and I love it. All right, you come here. I may, in a few hours, when the paint is settled, come and have another look at all of this and give the ribbons a bit of a clean. I'll see. Do-do-do-do-do. La, la, la. I love them. I love them. They're so cool. Okay, so now I've got the leftover paint on the canvas. That was such a cool idea. Whoever suggested that, just thank you, because it's ended up being cool. I really like it. So a lot of these colours have blended together a little much. Bend a coat hanger to hang the egg and everything other. Perfect, Melissa. You're fantastic. What a great idea. Large stir stick on the drying rack, hang them from the stick. Yes. Oh, pegs on a string between two sticks. So many great ideas. Oh, yeah, my niece is on. Hello, my little one. I hope you're doing well. So, let's get into this. We've got this. It's kind of muddy. What can we do to make it look less muddy? Literally put more of the colour that you like on top. So that, actually it's the purple that I was doing. Da-da-da-da-dum. Because when you've got a bit more on top, the colour that's underneath will move out and move away, and you can end up with a little bit of something brighter. So I am going to turn this into a little bit of a wet base rather than a dry base. So I'm adding some white around the edge so that it can flow better. Because if I do this with a dry base, I'm going to lose all the pattern because it has to fall underneath and disappear. for want of a better way of saying it, but I hope that makes sense. And I actually cover that off in the course too. So I've got a lot of things in the course that are really good tips and helpful ideas for you to help you get going in paint pouring and feel confident and happy with what you're making. Because that's the thing. Are you enjoying it? If you are, keep it. If you're not, find another way to do it. Here's about the story. That'll do. That I think will be good. I'm going to tilt first and get a little bit of a feel for it. I feel like I'm going to end up getting my the heat gun out and doing stuff with that, but let's start here. So what patterns have we got going on? Oh, it's interesting. I do want it to come off the edges, but I don't want to lose too much paint too quickly. So my first goal is to go to the edge before I fall off. And in a circle that changes the pattern slightly as you go as well. Oh, I like this though. I like it. It's very interesting. I'm glad I put the other paints on top with those little zigzags and whatever happening. I feel like that's better. Alright, let's go off the edges. Go off the edge over here. I am definitely going to be blowing this out a bit. Most definitely. So as I've stretched, I've got patterns happening, which is great and I love, but the solid areas are too solid for me. I don't like that as much. I like it to be more interactive. I'm going to wash my hands. Back 1 second. Now the other thing with stuff like this, if you end up with something that's going to stop, I'm not going to do any more to it, you could paint black in silhouettes around it. So I could turn the center of that into an Easter egg by painting a black outline and then write Happy Easter over the top. And that would look really cool. That would suit. Because the colours themselves are quite good. It's just not a way that I necessarily love right at this second. So heat next. See if we can get some cells to pop and how that makes things feel. Definitely getting cells. It feels rather planetary. And I am going to blow it out. Turn it back to cold. And let's end it up with a bit more motion, and I'm definitely happy with that. Now I want some more modeling, so adding some more white on and some more of my other colours and the purple. Then I'm going to put the green back in there as well, even though it is risking turning it to mud because of how liquid everything is. I feel like it's going to work well. Let's blow that out. Yes. That makes me a lot happier. A lot happier. Now I've got a whole heap of cells popping up from that colour that's all coming up. I do feel like this is something where I definitely would go ahead and do an outline, turn it into an Easter egg. There's my cells coming through. I like it. Still a little muddy for me. It's a little warm. I'm not a warm colours person. Oh, yeah, that's better. So much more cohesive. And now I've got like a dividing line down the centre. I really like that. So with this one now that I'm at this point, it's something where I would get a pen and draw flowers over the top when it's done. So once it's dried, I'll go and do that, more than likely. A little bit more heat for cells, see if we can get a few more to pop up. And then we'll go on to our next one. Yeah, there we are. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Now that I'm here and I've got a bit more white in there, like it was feeling a little too cluttered, for want of a better term. This I'm really happy with. I feel like it's much more like nature-based and much more interactive and just feels better. And sometimes that's what it is. It's a case of going, how do I feel about this? Does it feel good? Do I like how it feels? Do I want to do more things with it? Yes, I do want to do more things with it because stopping can be difficult. Let's just do a few little swirls. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Do, do, do. Oh, nice. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Stopping. Okay, now I'm stopping. Put the tools down. Stop there, otherwise I'm going to end up doing too much. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I could have done a self swipe as well. Yes, I like it like this. I feel like this has got a real cohesion to it, and I can do more with it, and I'm happy. And Easter being about chocolate, it's okay. Let's do a structured pour, a structured swipe. I'm going to move that one over, and let's get up our big canvas. Do 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 do, and pop that on. Okay, I'm going to have to move that back slightly so that we've got a little bit more visibility. And I'm going to be doing up another cup of colour, and then I'm going to be putting base, and then I'm going to be doing a dirty pour, as it were, in an egg shape, and then swipe it out. So first things first, egg shape. Use a little bit of chalk so that I can be happy with that. Yes, I like that. And this is something where my brain's just gone, you should put a ribbon on that. So if we were to put a ribbon on here, through the middle, a big bow, I think that would be really cool. I like that. And then I want to put little dots, and now I'm in drawing mode. Stop it. We're doing painting, not drawing. Okay, let's put some base down. That helps me to get a little bit of concept, a little bit of a view, and because I'm covering it straight over, it's not staying there, but it just helps my brain to go, this is what the canvas can look like. If you're doing blah-de-blah-de-blah, whatever I'm doing with it, for me, like with my peacock that I did, and I do whales like this, I do a range of things, just having that chalk down there first helps your brain to look at the canvas and go, oh yes, that will fit, or no it won't. I use it for yin-yang, for dream catchers, lots of things. So if you're somebody who wants to do an actual structured swipe, even though you're about to cover the whole thing with paint and you're not going to see it, more than likely, because that's the way this kind of paint work happens, doing a little bit of chalk first can just help you visualize a little more easily. Da-da-da-da-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee, do-do-do. I am happy with that. That is good. Wash my hand, be right back. Do-do-do-do, la-la-la-la, la-la-la, la-la-la, la-la-la-la. All right, so I'm going to prep a cup with some happy colours. Nice and springtime. La la la, la la la. Da 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 da. Now I don't need a ton of colour because I'm not doing a full coverage. I am doing this as a dirty pour. I'm going to put the purple in there. Good. And then a swipe. And then the idea of the bow, I might try and do, or it might be something that I do when it's dry. So just testing. Yep, I'm good. Let's draw it on. Drawing with our cup. Painting with our cup. However you wish to phrase it. Do 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 do, la 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 la. So cool. Very happy colours. Very happy with that. That is awesome. Now I need a small palette knife. I know which one I want. See if I can find it. No. Because I've rearranged my studio, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find what I'm after. Da, 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 da. There it is, maybe. Yes. Oh, Good. All right. I want to use this one because this one is going to be able to make slightly thicker. These ones I feel will spread things too far, and that one I feel like is too sharp. So let's try this. Let's try this. What size is this canvas? Decent? Oh gosh, let me measure it in eggs. This canvas is 1.5 eggs long and almost a full egg wide. So it is going to be roughly 20 by 50, I think, at a guess. 1.5 eggs. It's a washing machine and a half. It's a football field. Banana for scale. I don't know. Let's say 20 by 50, thereabouts. All right. So I am just going to use. Awesome. Using my tool to make the pattern more what I want to start with. Nice. Nice. I like what's going on here. I like what's going on here. I like what's going on here. Okay, bringing it into the center. As I'm coming into the center, I'm losing the purple because the purple is on that very outermost edge. So I may turn around and pop a little more purple down so I can bring that in a bit better. Oh, I like this though. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm putting a bit more purple on there. Get the rest of the cup out. And then a little more. And I'm enjoying just the motion here. Like, it feels very therapeutic to gently maneuver the paint with the palette knife here. Now the edges are a little. Oh, that's better. That's better. Oh, let's do a little more motion. Oh, that was a good idea. I'm happy with that. A little more motion. Now the challenge with using a palette knife is not to dig too deep, that you end up losing the paint as you go, and it can be very tricky. It definitely can. So I'm trying to gently pick up the paint as I'm making motion and drag it around. Now this is definitely a time where having a slightly thicker mix, that's looking cool, a slightly thicker mix can be very helpful, because as you're maneuvering it, if it's too thin you can end up with a lot of mud, and that's not preferable. You really don't want to have mud going on your canvas. The little details here around the edges is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I think that's amazing. Now, I am going to have a go at the idea of the ribbon. So I've got my base. I'm really happy with how that is looking. It feels good, it looks good. I've got a little too much running off that edge. I may paint that back with white later, I don't know. But let's have a go at the ribbon. So to do the ribbon, I'm going to pop a little more purple in the center. Okay, so first things first, I want a circle. Or the bow, I should say. Actually, well, let's make it a ribbon. Let's drag that out, and let's drag that out. And again, there, I've just gone too deep slightly, and I've dug down to the canvas, so I'm just tapping that back to make it better. So to have a bow go in, I want two nice big bow ears, as it were. There's one, and get my motion in there. Ah, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. And again, might be better with a slightly more contrasting colour. So if you were using a navy or something, that looks cool though. That looks cool. There we are. Fluid bows. Fluid bow. It's a happy egg, and it's dressed up like a present. That's cool. And on this side, and this has ended up being a bit smaller than what I originally mapped out with the with what I originally mapped out with the chalk, but I'm happy with that because I feel like this works a bit better. Centerpiece. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. It feels rather Mickey Mouse ears as well. I like this. I like this a lot. I feel like this is really working. Can we see the peacock ones you did? I will have, so Aussie. I have the peacock. I'll go see if I can find it. Let's put some heat. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's exploding. It's exploding. So I've got now a heap of interaction, and I've kind of lost my edges there because of how many cells popped and exploded there. But I do know I can go over that later with a pen, with a paint pen, with a paintbrush, with something else to make that bow stand out a bit more, and then put a little bit of edge work in, a little bit of shadowing. I like this. I feel like it's good. It needs a little more detail now, and that's okay. Let's just use this briefly. Yes, that's it. That's lovely. Oh, yes. And, oh, how cool is this? This is so cool. I love what is happening here. Bring that around. It's got a little bow. It's got a little shape. Pick up a little bit more colour and bring that back in. Nice. Nice. A little bit more colour back in. Nice. Yes. Awesome. And outline here. How cool. How cool. Now, as you go with the bow, normally you've got like a second layer, and then you've got a shadow underneath, and that sort of thing. So for that, I would probably paint that in, but I am just going to gently mark it in now so that I could come back to it and do that later. This is looking great. This is looking so great. The colours are enough that, or too much, so that you can't quite get your definition. It is something you will have to embellish. But in the meantime, it still looks great. It just looks really cool. I am really happy with that. I'm going to go get a peacock because that was requested. I like this. I like this a lot. It's awesome. And you can write Happy Easter in the background. Get rid of that bit of excess paint. Go along this edge, tap that up a little bit. That's a bit better. But you can always, with your edges, blow it out or feather it out slightly if you want to. It doesn't have to be absolutely precise. And this is the bottom, and I'm just going to make some motions here so that can be a little bit more feathered, because I feel like that's going to work well when it dries, and it's going to seem like it's on a little nest now. I like it a lot. Get in the peacock, half a second. Where are you? There it is. So the peacock was definitely much more structured than what this is. And it also was textural. So with the peacock, I did do a structured swipe for the neck and then texture for the base. And that's much more defined. So that's very different to what I've done here, because I started with a structure and made embellishments as I went, which is also cool because you can choose how you want to interact with it. I like this. I think it's great. It's worked well. I love the other bits and pieces. Let's have a flyover. Let's have a look. Let's see all the things. It's all good. And I'm going to stop the YouTube stream and just finish up with the Facebook one. Da, 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 da.